Every time you react, you surrender. Chapter 1. The Cost of Reaction. It's a small price you think you pay. A sharp word here, a heated glance there, a sarcastic reply that leaves your tongue bitter. But the cost is far greater than you imagine. Reaction is the first crack in the fortress of your mind. And like a dam that leaks slowly, that crack widens until your strength pours out, unnoticed, unvalued, and irretrievable. Nature has always whispered this secret to those willing to listen. The mountain does not bow when the wind howls. The ocean does not rise in anger against the moon that pulls its tides. The sun does not quicken its rise because the earth shivers below. The strong know that reaction is weakness. Stillness, patience, enduring presence, that is power. And yet, you react. When someone mocks your choices, you feel the heat of reply rising in your chest. When a friend doubts your vision, you want to explain, to argue, to convince. When the world seems blind to your effort, you want to shake your fist at the sky and shout, "Look at me! Look what I've done!" But every time you speak from that place, from the pit of reaction, of hurt, of pride, you give away your strength. You think it's control, but it's surrender. You think it's defense, but it's exposure. The moment you react, you allow the world to dictate your state. You become the dry leaf in the storm, blown this way and that by the smallest winds. You let the mood of others determine your mood. You let their doubts give birth to your fears. You let their ridicule awaken your anger. And for what? To win small battles that don't matter in the war for your life? Let's be honest. You know the truth already. You felt the burn of wasted anger before. You've replayed arguments in your head, rewriting the lines you wish you'd said. You've chased approval that never came. And when the dust settled, when the room grew silent, you knew. You had lost more than you gained. Because reaction leaks power. The moment you explain yourself unnecessarily, power drains. The moment you defend yourself against someone who won't believe you anyway, power drains. The moment you fight to be understood by those who never cared to understand, power drains. It's like filling a bucket with water while the bottom leaks steadily away. You can never fill it. You can never be whole that way. So who holds their power? Who gathers strength instead of losing it? The one who acts as if nothing bothers them, not because they are numb, not because they feel less, but because they have learned that power is preserved in stillness, not spent in reaction. Imagine a great dam, high, solid, unmoving. Imagine a great dam, high, solid, unmoving. The water pounds against its walls day and night. The pressure is immense. But the dam does not bend. It does not crack. It does not answer force with force. It holds. And behind that holding, energy builds. Pressure builds. Power builds until the dam releases that power on its terms, in floods that light cities, in rivers that feed nations. Not in leaks, not in cracks, in release, by design. This is your mind. This is your energy. This is your strength. If you can learn to act as if nothing bothers you, not because nothing does, but what bothers you does not deserve your power. Think of this. Every great builder in history learned the discipline of silence. Sculptors chiseled in quiet rooms for years before the world saw their work. Writers labored in secret, their fingers bleeding on the keys, before anyone read their pages. Fighters trained in sweat-stained gyms, far from lights and applause, before victory ever kissed their gloves. They could have explained their dreams. They could have argued with doubters. They could have defended their madness. But they did not, because every reaction would have stolen the fuel they needed for the real fight, the battle to build. What does it cost you to react? Momentum? Focus? Dignity? Time? Presence? Each reaction is a small betrayal of your higher self. It reminds you, and others, that you are not yet master of your mind. And mastery is the only freedom worth having. Listen to the voices of the weak. They chatter endlessly. They boast. They defend. They attack shadows. They seek attention. But the strong move without sound, like panthers in the dark, like storms behind the mountains, like kings who need no crown. Do you think the lion explains its roar? No. The jungle falls silent when it walks. Do you think the ancient cliff apologizes for standing while the sea breaks against it? No, it stands because that is its nature. Do you think the eagle calls a press conference before it flies? No, it rises and the sky makes way. And so must you. You are losing energy. You cannot afford to waste it. Every careless reply, every pointless defense, every urgent need to be seen, heard, understood, it all weakens you. Like a blade that loses its edge with every unnecessary strike. Like a candle that burns low long before its time. But you can stop this. Right here. Right now. You can choose the discipline of calm. The strength of stillness. The force of quiet confidence. When they insult you, smile. When they doubt you, nod. When they mock you, let their words fall like raindrops on stone. Say nothing. Prove nothing. Defend nothing. Just build. Just rise. Just keep walking toward the mountain. Only you can see. This is not weakness. It is the highest strength. It is the force the world forgets. The quiet force that moves oceans, that shapes continents, that changes everything. When they say, "You'll never do it," let them. When they laugh, let them. When they wonder why you don't answer, why you don't explain, why you don't defend, let them wonder. And while they wonder, while they waste their energy in words, you are moving, building, forging, rising. And when the day comes, because it will come, when your work breaks through the surface like the green shoot of the seed that no one saw growing, then the world will have its answer. And you will owe them nothing, because you will have built everything in silence, in stillness, in the sacred discipline of being unbothered. This is the cost of reaction. Everything you could have been. This is the reward of restraint. Everything you are meant to become. So choose. Speak or build. React or rise. Waste or win. You cannot do both. End of chapter 1. Chapter 2. Silent as the mountain. The mountain does not flinch. The wind howls against its face. Rain cuts its stone skin. The sun scorches its peaks. But the mountain, silent, still, watching, remains unmoved. While the world rages around it, it stands, untouched by noise or fury. You are meant to be this mountain. But you've been living like the sand. Every careless word moves you. Every insult stings you. Every doubt shifts your footing. You're scattered by the breeze, unsettled by storms, swept away by the opinion of lesser people. Why? Because you forgot the first rule of quiet strength. What is immovable cannot be broken. Mountains are not great because they fight the weather. Mountains are great because they do not fight at all. Look around you. Look at the people who spend their lives reacting. Someone criticizes them. They rush to reply. Someone doubts them. They scramble to prove. Someone mocks them. They rise to defend. And every time they do, they fall a little lower in their own eyes. Because strength that must explain itself is no strength at all. You think your reply makes you strong? They rise. It makes you needy. You think your anger makes you powerful? It makes you hollow. You think your reaction shows control? It shows weakness to the world. The mountain does not explain why it stands. It stands. And that is enough. If the mountain could speak, what would it say to the wind? You will pass, and I will remain. When you live like this, like the mountain, you become something rare, something the world fears, even if it cannot name why, because the world cannot control what it cannot disturb. They insult you, they ignore you, they mock you, they whisper, they push, and you, silent, smiling, moving forward, prove them powerless. You do not resist the wind. You do not chase the rain. You do not fear the dark clouds. You endure. You remain. You rise. This is the way of quiet power, but it requires death. The death of your need to be understood. The death of your desire to be liked. The death of your craving to explain. Only when these hungers die can you become the mountain. Otherwise you will always be sand, blown from place to place, lost and broken by every passing breeze. What does the mountain know that you've forgotten? Time. The mountain knows that time bends all things in its favor. The wind may blow for days, years, centuries. But the mountain is older still. The wind comes and goes. The mountain remains. So must you. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them misunderstand you. In time, when their noise fades, when their energy breaks, when their words grow small, you will still be standing, building, becoming, rising, and there will be nothing but dust on the wind. Here is your enemy. Hurry. Hurry is the friend of the weak, the impatient, the reactive. Hurry says, explain yourself now. Hurry says, defend your name right away. Hurry says, prove them wrong this minute. But the mountain says, wait. The mountain says, let the seasons pass. The mountain says, endure. Do you see the difference? When you hurry, you lose yourself. When you wait, you find your power. Reaction is hurrying. Stillness is strength. A sculptor does not strike the marble in panic. A general does not command his army in haste. A builder does not lay stones while trembling with anger. And neither must you. They want you to move. They want you to speak. They want you to rise in fury and burn out. Don't. Be the mountain. Be the one who waits, watches, builds, plans. When they see you calm, they will grow nervous. When they see you silent, they will feel fear. When they see you unmoved, they will wonder, what does he know that we do not? What does she see that we cannot? And they will not know, because you do not explain. You remain. The mountain also suffers. You must know this. Being the mountain is not easy. Rain does cut its face. Wind does tear at its skin. Lightning does split its stone. But the mountain bears it all. You will suffer too. Doubt will whisper. Fear will rise. Loneliness will chill you. But this is the price of being unmoved. When you do not react, you carry your pain alone. When you do not explain, you carry your truth in silence. When you do not rush to defend, you carry the weight of misunderstanding, and you will want to break. You will want to shout. You will want to fight, but you will not, because you are becoming the mountain. And when the storm passes, when the winds sleep, when the sky clears, they will see you, standing where you always stood. They will wonder. They will remember. They will respect. For silence commands what noise never can. Remember this law. The one who moves least rules most. History remembers the silent kings more than the screaming crowds. Victory crowns the patient more than the furious. Peace finds the unmoved more than the restless. Every great thing is born in stillness. A star forms in the quiet dark. A seed cracks open in the silent earth. A mountain rises, slow, unseen, unhurried, until the world gasps at its height. So let them gasp, but not yet. Let them doubt. Let them gossip. Let them laugh. And you, like the great stone face in the sky, keep your peace. Build your strength. Guard your energy. Because when the time comes to rise, to move, to speak, to strike, you will have all the force of the restless lost. They spent theirs in chatter. You kept yours in patience. They scattered like dust. You stood like a mountain. Let this be your secret. I do not answer. I do not hurry. I do not react. I remain, like the mountain. End of chapter 2. Chapter 3. The seed pushes alone. A seed does not boast as it breaks the earth. It does not scream for applause as it splits its shell. It does not demand recognition as it pushes through the heavy soil, inch by inch, day by day. It simply grows, alone. Hidden in darkness, unseen by any eye, the seed does its quiet, relentless work, and you must do the same. When you build your dream, when you shape your strength, when you train your mind to be unbothered, no one will see, no one will care, no one will clap. You will struggle in silence, and that silence is the proving ground. Most people cannot bear it. They start with excitement, with noise, with grand declarations. Watch me. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to build greatness. But when no one watches, they stop. When no one claps, they quit. When no one notices, they crumble. Because they don't want to be the seed. They want to be the flower on the magazine cover, the tree praised by all, the fruit tasted by kings. But they forget, the flower, the tree, the fruit come later, much later. First, the seed suffers, alone, no sunlight, no air, no encouragement, only darkness, only weight, only pressure. But this is what makes it strong. The seed that survives the dark will own the light. So when you wake early to work and no one sees, keep going. When you practice in secret and no one cares, keep going. When you sacrifice and sweat and grind and they laugh at your silence, keep going. Because this is your season of darkness. And the darkness is not your enemy. It is your forge. Let others bloom too early. Let them show their color before the roots have sunk deep. Their flowers will fade. Their branches will snap. Their fruit will rot. But you who waited, who suffered, who grew strong underground, will rise slow and high and lasting, like the mighty oak, like the tall cedar, like the giant sequoia that began as a forgotten seed under heavy earth. And when you finally break the surface, they will call you an overnight success. But you will know the truth, that you pushed alone, that you grew in silence, that you suffered unseen, and that the world now sees only the result, not the cost. So push alone, grow alone, win alone. The seed teaches you this. What is hidden now will one day shake the sky, but only if you endure the dark. End of chapter 3. Chapter 4. The fire that consumes itself. Fire is beautiful, but it dies fast. It rages, it roars, it consumes everything near it, and then it burns out. This is what happens when you burn your energy in anger, in explanation, in proving yourself to people who don't deserve the truth. You think your fire makes you strong, but fire, without control, destroys its source. The angrier you get, the weaker you become. The more you explain, the less they listen. The harder you try to convince, the more you prove you are unsure. You are feeding a fire that will eat you first. A fire that consumes itself can light no room, warm no soul, or power no purpose. It burns everything, and is left with nothing. Look around. How many burn too hot, too soon? The man who rages on social media every day. The woman who fights every insult with another insult. The one who argues with every critic, who cannot sleep unless the last word is theirs. Where are they now? Exhausted, bitter, forgotten. The world does not fear the fire that screams. The world fears the fire that smolders, quiet, contained, patient, because that fire will last. That fire will shape iron. That fire will change everything when the time is right. Be that fire. Burn slow. Burn silently. Burn deep. Don't waste your flame on fools. When they insult you, stay quiet. When they misunderstand you, smile and keep working. When they push you, bend, but do not break. Let them talk. Let them waste their breath. You are saving yours. For the right moment. For the day you rise, not with words, but with results so strong, no lie can stand against them. This is the fire that survives. The quiet fire. The fire that fuels the blacksmith's forge. The fire that heats the potter's kiln. The fire that powers the engines of cities. Not the fire that dances, shouts, and dies. Remember this. The hottest flame dies fastest. The steady flame changes the world. So let them burn fast. Let them rise quickly and fall hard. And you smolder. Wait. Build heat. Your time will come. Your moment will ignite. And when it does, your fire will not flicker out. It will consume everything that stands against you. But not now. Not yet. Now you burn slowly. Now you gather power. And in that patience, you become unstoppable. End of chapter 4. Chapter 5. The hidden drain of attention. Your attention is your power. Where it goes, your life goes. Where it leaks, your strength dies. But most people don't see it. They give away attention as if it costs nothing. They scroll, they argue, they obsess over what others think. And every moment their focus is stolen, they are drained. You think checking who liked your post is harmless? You think explaining yourself to critics costs nothing? You think answering every message keeps you in control? But these are slow, silent leaks, like a hole in the bottom of a great ship, too small to notice at first. But over time, the water rises, and you sink. Attention is a force, stronger than talent, stronger than luck. It is the spotlight of the mind. Wherever it shines, things grow. Whatever it ignores, fades. If you spend your attention on enemies, doubts, and gossip, you make them stronger. If you focus on your craft, your work, your growth, you make yourself stronger. Simple. Ruthless. True. But this truth is rare, because the world wants your attention more than anything. They build traps for it. They build apps for it. They build arguments, headlines, drama, panic, all to steal your mind away. And if you let them, you become weak without knowing why, tired for no reason, distracted for no cause, unfulfilled by every victory, because you never owned your focus. Imagine a great river. If it splits into 100 tiny streams, none of them is strong. But if it stays together, deep, narrow, unbroken, it can carve stone, move mountains, bring life to deserts. Your attention is on that river. Let it split, and you become shallow. Keep it tight, and you become unstoppable. Ask yourself, how much time today did I waste thinking about what they think? How many moments did I spend checking who noticed me? How often did I look sideways instead of forward? Every answer to those questions tells you how much power you lost. But you can stop the leak by acting as if nothing bothers you, by refusing to react, by staying on the mountain, the seed, the slow fire. They will try to distract you. They will whisper doubts. They will bait you into pointless fights. Ignore them. Stay silent. Keep building. Because while they fight for attention, you fight for greatness. And greatness requires all of you. Every thought, every hour, every drop of focus. This is your hidden power. To guard your attention like treasure, spend it only on what matters. Spend it only on what builds. Spend it only on what lasts. And the world will wonder why you rise when they fall. But you will know, you kept what they wasted. End of chapter 5. Chapter 6. Builders versus talkers. There are two kinds of people in this world: talkers and builders. Talkers want attention now. Builders want results later. Talkers explain every plan, every goal, every dream, before a single brick is laid. Builders say nothing, and let the work speak when it's done. And this is the difference between failure and greatness. Talkers light up fast like fireworks in the night sky. Loud, bright, seen by all. But when morning comes, where are they? Gone. Forgotten. Builders burn slow like coals in the blacksmith's forge. Quiet, steady, unseen. But when the time comes, they shape iron, they shape kingdoms, they shape the world. Which are you becoming? Be honest. Do you need others to hear your dreams to believe in them? Do you measure progress by how many people notice, or by how much you build in silence? Every word you speak about your vision before it's real is energy stolen from building it. Every argument you have to prove your worth to doubters makes you weaker. Talkers live on empty promises. Builders live on quiet action. Look at nature. Does the seed tell the world it's growing? Does the sun announce its rise every dawn? Does the river explain where it's going? No. And yet they rise and grow and carve valleys, without a word, because they are builders. But most people cannot stand this. They want applause now. They want attention before achievement. They want credit for effort, not results. So they talk. They shout. They post. They brag. And they burn out. But builders wait. And while the talkers tire themselves in noise, the builders stack brick on brick, seed on seed, hour on hour, in silence. And when the house is done, when the tree bears fruit, when the dream becomes real, the talkers are gone, and the builders stand victorious. You must choose: talk or build, prove or produce, announce or achieve. You cannot do both, and the world will not remember what you said. It will only remember what you made. Talkers want to be seen now. Builders want to last forever. So stay silent, stay focused, stay working. When they ask, "What happened to him?" let your work answer. When they say, "She's too quiet, too strange," let your success respond. When they doubt, let the finished house, the carved stone, the forged blade stand in silence and prove them wrong. Talk less, build more, always more, because the talkers fade and the builders remain. End of chapter 6. Chapter 7. The Unbothered Life. This is the life you were meant for. The unbothered life. A life where nothing shakes your core. A life where noise dies before it reaches your ears. A life where opinions fall away like dust from stone. Not because you feel less, but because you have learned to care only for what matters. The applause, you don't need it. The approval, you don't chase it. The argument, you don't answer it. Because you are no longer moved by the wind. You have become the mountain. And this changes everything. Your mind clears. Your energy returns. Your focus sharpens. No more wasted days thinking about what they said. No more broken nights explaining yourself in your head. No more restless scrolling, hoping for likes, comments, validation. All of it gone in its place. Peace, direction, power. You rise early, not to prove, but to build. You work late, not to impress, but to create. You move silently, not to hide, but to protect your fire. And when the world pushes, you don't push back. You let them tire themselves against your calm. You let them wonder why you're quiet, why you smile, why you don't explain. Because you are building something greater than they can see. And when they notice, it will be too late. By then, the house will be built. By then, the fruit will be ripe. The mountain has risen so high that they can only stare in silence. This is the reward of the unbothered life. You gain everything that matters by letting go of everything that doesn't. Their doubt? It fuels you. Their gossip? It sharpens you. Their laughter? It dies in time. But your work lives on. Your name lasts. Your legacy grows. Because you refuse to react. Because you chose the harder path. Because you acted as if nothing bothered you. And in doing so, you became unbreakable. So let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them hope you fall. But you, stay silent. Stay working. Stay rising. Because this world is ruled, not by the loud, but by the quiet. Not by the talkers, but by the builders. Not by the restless, but by the mountain that waits. This is your life now, the unbothered life. A life where small things cannot shake you. A life where weakness cannot touch you. A life where strength is silent, deep, and endless. They will not understand it. Let them. They will fear it. Good. They will try to stop it. They will fail. Because you are no longer sand. You are no longer a fire that dies. You are no longer leaking power into the noise. You are the mountain, and the mountain remains.